Now on GMA with our GMA cover story. This is Black History Month, but some federal agencies are banning any celebrations of it or any other annual cultural events in order to comply with President Trump's executive orders curtailing diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. 2020's Deborah Roberts is here with more on the controversy and the future of DEI. Good morning, Deb.
Good morning, Robin. Hard to believe a small acronym has sparked such a fierce debate. DEI began during the civil rights movement, a way of leveling the playing field, creating equality and power structures. But somehow the message has been lost, with some now seeing DEI as a symbol for unfair practices. Now, with the government taking that same stand, there's some big efforts now to push back.
The sweeping rollback of DEI policies striking a nerve with consumers online. Some expressing outrage that major retailers are retreating from commitments to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Those goals all about helping highlight and strengthen minority groups by addressing long-standing issues like the gender pay gap and expanding recruitment of candidates historically overlooked for lucrative positions.
Anytime anything is politicized, it's inherently polarizing. We first have to acknowledge the fact that different people experience the world in different ways, depending on the identities they hold, right? I'm talking about race, gender, sexual orientation, ability, status, class. DE&I is designed to drive equitable outcomes.
One company sending shockwaves for its about face, Minneapolis-based Target, which had leaned into programs centered around equity after seismic reactions to the death of George Floyd. Target once boasting of its partnerships with Black entrepreneurs.
Oh, well, look at here.
Including Tabitha Brown. Many now wondering what comes next.
It has been very hard for Black-owned businesses to hit shelves. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported.
In recent weeks, some consumers fighting back with their wallets, signaling a plan to boycott big box stores. In a statement to Target employees, the company saying it will begin accelerating action in key areas and implementing changes with the goal of driving growth and staying in step with the evolving external landscape. The impact of DEI stretching wide, from enrollment in higher education to hiring practices. And while critics claim DEI includes a racial bias pitting less qualified candidates against those more deserving, some business experts insist that's not the case.
In my mind, the idea that DE&I isn't merit-based or is anti-meritocracy is fundamentally flawed.
America's been on a very, very long journey of trying to fulfill, its ideals. And it's been a rocky road. We see the landmark Brown v. Board of Education, which ended legal segregation in public schools. So this isn't new. We've seen this throughout history. We make progress, then there's backlash.
Backlash so many are talking about. The Trump administration has ordered DEI language removed from government-funded organizations, including the military, cultural institutions. But equality activists like the ones you saw there say they remain committed to the cause, and they even cite big corporations like Delta Airlines, Apple, Costco, and Goldman Sachs, which say they will continue to pursue diversity, equity, and inclusion policies.
And you said you saw a T-shirt of a woman wearing
a shirt that said "earned, not given," which once again plays into that argument that these are given to people. It's really about opportunities, not about giving.
Yeah, and it's still it's merit-based.
Absolutely,
you have to remember that.
Absolutely.
So just thank you, and it's just having people have a better understanding.
Absolutely,
that's what it is.